You walk into a restaurant and see a long line of people waiting outside. Without knowing anything about the food, you assume it must be amazing. Why else would so many people be willing to wait? You scroll through social media and see a product with thousands of 5-star reviews, and suddenly you feel like you need to buy it. You find yourself agreeing with a group decision, even if you initially had doubts. None of these reactions are accidents. They are all examples of social proof manipulation, one of the most powerful and invisible psychological forces that control how you think, what you buy, and how you behave. Social proof isn't just a marketing trick. It's a deeply wired survival instinct that can be used to subtly influence people in business, politics, relationships, and everyday life. Most people assume they make decisions based on logic and independent thought. But in reality, the human brain hates uncertainty and looks for cues from others to determine what is correct, valuable, or socially acceptable. This is why people follow trends, trust popular opinions, and conform to group behavior, even when they don't realize they're doing it. First, social proof is so effective because it reduces mental effort. The brain is constantly bombarded with information, and instead of analyzing every detail, it outsources decisions to the group. If a restaurant is crowded, your brain assumes it's good. If a product has thousands of positive reviews, your brain assumes it's worth buying. If everyone in a room agrees with an idea, your brain assumes it must be right. Second, manipulators exploit this instinct by creating artificial social proof. Have you ever seen a website that says, "Hurry, 23 people are viewing this right now," or "Only 5 left in stock"? Many of these numbers are fake, designed to trigger urgency and pressure you into making a decision quickly. Political campaigns, cults, and even personal relationships use the same tactic, convincing people that everyone else believes this, so you should too. First, one of the most dangerous forms of social proof manipulation is the fear of standing out. Humans are social creatures, and the fear of being ostracized or looking foolish makes people conform to group opinions, even when they secretly disagree. This is why people in a meeting will nod along to a bad idea instead of challenging it, because disagreeing feels riskier than going along with the crowd. Second, social proof is strongest when people see others who are similar to them following a certain behavior. If you see someone who shares your interests, age, or background endorsing something, you are far more likely to trust it. This is why influencer marketing works so well. People trust endorsements from those they relate to more than from a random expert. First, social proof also creates a powerful chain reaction. If one person expresses enthusiasm about something, it influences the next person, who influences the next, and soon an idea spreads like wildfire, whether it's true or not. This is how rumors, viral trends, and political propaganda gain traction. The more people believe something, the harder it becomes to question or resist it. Second, manipulators deliberately manufacture social proof to make something seem more credible than it actually is. Companies buy fake reviews to make their products look popular. Political groups hire paid supporters to create the illusion of widespread agreement. Social media influencers stage fake luxury lifestyles to appear more successful than they are. These tactics create an illusion of value and legitimacy, tricking people into thinking that if everyone else believes it, it must be real. First, social proof isn't just about persuasion, it's about control. The more people rely on external validation for their decisions, the easier they're to manipulate. This is why cults and extremist groups isolate members from outside opinions, to make them completely dependent on the group for their beliefs. Second, one of the strongest forms of social proof manipulation is manufactured exclusivity. When people feel like they are part of a special, elite group, they become more loyal and resistant to outside perspectives. This is why luxury brands limit access to certain products, why exclusive clubs have long waiting lists, and why cults convince followers that they are part of a chosen few who know the truth. First, breaking free from social proof manipulation requires awareness and independent thinking. The next time you feel pressure to conform, ask yourself, am I making this decision because I truly believe it, or because I see others doing it? When you step back and analyze why you feel compelled to follow the crowd, you take back control over your choices. Second, resist false urgency and artificial popularity. If a website tells you, only 3 left, or a salesperson says, everyone else is buying this, pause and question whether you are being rushed into a decision. True quality and value don't require psychological pressure tactics. First, one of the best defenses against social proof manipulation is getting comfortable with independent thinking. The ability to say, I don't care if everyone else believes this, I will make my own judgment, is one of the most powerful mental skills you can develop. Second, practice looking for hidden manipulation tactics in everyday life. Notice when companies, influencers, or social groups use numbers, testimonials, or exclusive access to push a certain narrative. The more you train your brain to question artificial social proof, the less likely you are to be influenced by it. First, true confidence comes from trusting your own judgment rather than needing validation from others. The people who are least susceptible to manipulation are those who don't fear standing alone in their beliefs. If something is truly right for you, it doesn't matter whether one person or a million people agree with it. Second, manipulators thrive on people who don't question the crowd. The more aware you become of how group psychology influences decisions, the more resistant you are to falling into manufactured trends, emotional pressure, and groupthink. The secret to avoiding social proof manipulation isn't about rejecting all social influence. It's about learning to separate genuine value from artificial hype. Once you master this skill, you'll never again feel forced, rushed, or manipulated into making decisions based on what everyone else is doing. Now, do you want me to create another script from a different category?